Hello world, and welcome to a Big Wheels Flow. So I haven't been on the big wheels for quite a while, and quite a few people are actually commenting on that. I think maybe people thought I ditched them or just got rid of them, because all I was really rolling was my 4x80, in my videos anyway. But no, I do still very much have the big wheels. I have been rolling them actually quite a lot. I probably go out once a week on them, I would imagine. I just hadn't used them in the video, to be perfectly honest. I've been kind of enjoying using the twisters, and also going back to my Seba highlights. But no, here they are, 3x 110mm. Okay, so these are, for those that don't know, the FR skates frame with the 110mm wheels, but I've actually hooked them up with my older Seba FR1s. So the frames did come with obviously FR skates boot, which in all intents and purposes should be exactly the same as the Seba boot, but for whatever reason it's not. They are both a UK size 9, but the FR version of the boot is slightly wider. I have absolutely no clue why that is. It's a bit frustrating, and it means that I've ended up wearing 2 pairs of socks with the FR version. Hey ho. Oh, what's going on here? Well, I went the wrong way, and I've just gone into somebody's back garden pretty much, and tripped over for good measure. Yep, bit of a pillock. Trying now hastily to get out before I get spotted. Okay, back on track. Anyway, I digress. So yes, I'm using my Seba FR1 boot because it's basically a bit narrower and I only have to wear 1 pair of socks with those. So all in all, a bit more comfortable, and only having 1 pair of socks just gives you that sort of bit more feel. Anyway, that's what I've chosen. So it's kind of frustrating, the FR boot, but I think if you had probably wider feet than me, I have very narrow feet, you won't have any problems with the FR versions. So why choose triskates? Quite a common question I actually get asked. The main reason, probably for me anyway, is firstly long distance. Having the bigger wheels means once you're up to speed, they will kind of cruise along a lot better. So if you're going out, you're doing trail skating, or if you know that you're going to go kind of a long way each time that you are going to go skating, then big wheels are ideal. So this particular skate, I was kind of starting one side of Cheltenham and skating all the way across to the other, so bigger wheels made sense. Ultimately I can maintain my speed better. And then secondly is to roll through rough and uneven surfaces. It's just that little bit easier, to be honest. That bigger wheel means that you're less likely to catch your foot. You'll roll through things like gravel and stuff. Not a lot easier, but a bit easier than you would do with smaller wheels. If you're kind of starting out and you are struggling with say city skating because of rough surfaces, then big wheels would be a way to help you out. You still need to be careful with your foot placement. I wouldn't necessarily choose to deliberately go into rough surfaces if you are just starting out, but big wheels will probably just make it a little bit more confident for you. I think if I had to choose between the bigger wheels and the 4x80, I probably still would go for 4x80. I think that comes down to what I learnt on. When I first started inline skating, I had 4x80mm wheels. I rolled those for about, I think it was 1.5 years before I got bigger wheels. So my first bigger set of wheels though were actually 125mm, which were ideal for like cruising along and doing long distance, but when it came to turning and when it came to stopping, I really struggled on them. It's not to say that I couldn't do it, but I just didn't quite have the confidence there. A big part of skating for me is having confidence, and in particular having confidence with what my feet are going to be doing. With 4x80, I feel like I can turn when I want to turn, I feel like I can stop when I want to stop. When I have the bigger wheels, especially to start with those 125mm wheels, I did struggle. So yeah, I prefer 4x80 to bigger wheels, but I have to say the 110 are a good compromise. They're kind of big enough that you can roll longer distances and you can roll rougher surfaces, etc., that much easier, but they still have a good element of control. I can still stop on these skates really well, and I can still turn on these skates really well. Not as good as 4x80, but to be honest, not far off. The 125mm that I had first up, never really quite got used to stopping and turning on those, or I wasn't happy with it. But it comes down to personal preference. That leads on to another question actually that I get asked quite often. So people will say, which should I choose? Should I choose 4x80 or should I choose 110mm, for example? Ultimately, kind of like I've said before, for me, I would choose 4x80. People that are just starting out ask me that question quite a lot. And I personally would say, if you're just starting out inline skating, then I would choose 4x80mm wheels because of the control that it gives you, which I think ultimately leads to more confidence. That isn't to say, however, though, that you can't start out skating with bigger wheels. I guess if you start on bigger wheels, that's what you'll be used to, so that will just come naturally to you. Like I say, I started out on 4x80mm wheels, which I think is why now I just like them so much, and possibly why I struggle with a bigger wheel. I don't know. It's always hard for me to recommend to people what to do, because obviously it's a kind of a personal thing. You just need to try it out, really. Whether you choose 4x80 or whether you choose 110 as a beginner, it really doesn't matter, because you'll just kind of learn to use that wheel size and you'll just get used to it. That's my opinion, anyway. So we are coming to the end of the video now, featuring the big wheels. If you've got this far, thanks so much indeed for watching. If you could be so kind as to hit the like button if you like this video, and if you're not a subscriber, please also hit that subscribe button. Those two things really help me out. And finally, what else are big wheels good for? Well, grass rolling. Grass rolling is lots and lots of fun. The shorter the grass, the better, of course. And if you fall over on grass, it doesn't hurt. Brilliant. Okay guys, thanks so much indeed for watching. I will see you all again sometime soon. Take care now.